Hello curious people of YouTube that want good drums. This is a kind of a review, sorta, comparison of the 682 drums heads for the Alesis DM10X in comparison to the factory heads that Alesis provides for you. So I kind of go off the beat of a different drummer. That's not that funny. And I like to use weird analog drum machines. This is a Soviet Marsh UDS machine made behind the Iron Curtain. It sounds awesome. And the outputs here are going straight into this. So analog out from here naturally to the analog in here, and it gets triggered. So I have channels 2 and some other channel. What one is this? 4. Tuned to this real snappy sound. Real snappy. Same to this one. Reason being, you can hear the bounce with the stick, like that. It's real easy to hear as opposed to like, you know, a tone or something. And I'm going to demonstrate the bounce of this drum, the responsiveness of this drum. I'm going to show you kind of the good areas and where it starts to become a dead zone, and compare that to this factory head. I'm going to do the exact same things with this stick as the best of my ability. I'm not a perfect drummer. And you can kind of see how different these drums are and how much of, really, to me personally, of an upgrade this feels. So first I'm going to show you the bounce. That is what really drew me to get these mesh heads. So let's test that. All I'm going to do is hold the stick up and just drop it on the head. Pay attention to the sound you hear. The LED that flashes on this drum brain doesn't always flash when you hit the drum if you hit it real light. So right now it's triggering a sound. You hit it harder and you start to see the light. It's just kind of how this works. So don't base what you see you know, on the drum. Think of what you hear. So here we go. I'm going to just drop it on the drum. Whoops. Let's move it off of that cone where the piezo is a little bit. So you can see it becomes a little more of a dead zone, but bear in mind I'm just letting go of the stick. If you're to actually play it, it's actually pretty nice. And as naturally, if you were to play an acoustic set, if you were to hit over here, there would be a different sound anyway, and it would be softer. So that makes a lot of sense. So anyway, bounce, and that lovely responsiveness. Now, let's try the factory Alesis head. Here we go. I'm going to do the same thing. Just drop it on the head. And mind you, the sensitivity on this is up all the way for this head and this head. So here we go. That's it, compared to, yeah, so really low hits don't even really register. You gotta kind of start to smack it. So if you are trying to play some soft drums, it'll kind of trigger, but soft drums here, awesome. And you can really control the velocity. And with that bounce, I mean, I like super tight heads. This is really, really tight. I mean, you can loosen it if you don't want that bounce, but you can do really awesome rolls, which are just not really possible with these heads. It's just simply not the same. You could practically do drum rolls on this thing with this, and I mean, I'm one-handed right now. But yeah, so makes for awesome drums. So let's hear a comparison. I'm just gonna do hits like that and just play something silly. Granted, I'm not a drummer, so this is going to be out of time and stuff, but here we go. And let's do that here. So, clear winner here. Just enormously good. It's so fantastic. The feeling of this head is so good, I almost want to get rid of my cymbals. This rubber thing, I mean, it's good. For what it is, it's great. And it is budget. I'm not forgetting that. But it's so nice. Look at this. It's amazing. Compared to this guy, you have to really thump on it. This guy is like, holy crap. It's awesome. So, I'm not trying to throw a sales pitch, but let me throw you a sales pitch. You should get these if you have an Alesis DM10 or a DM10X, or a Crimson, or something that doesn't have the mesh heads. I don't know if the Crimson has the mesh heads. I went with the DM10X because 1/4 inch stuff. The Crimson has a DV25. But that's a tangent. So anyway, I love these heads, and now you have a for real comparison of how different these heads are. Alright, hopefully you enjoyed this video, hopefully this helped, and may your analog ventures in weird Soviet electronics take you to somewhere other than your basement where I am. Goodbye, YouTube.